Like when you're dealing with electricity, if you have a short circuit at home and you're going to the electric board to you're working on the electric board to try to fix the fuse or whatever, you should always wear your rubber slippers. Never go barefoot. um, Always wear rubber slippers. Do you guys know that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am, I
And
know. Can I tell the reason?
Yes, Neha, go ahead.
Because rubber does not conduct electricity. That's why if we have a current electric shock and all, I have seen in one story about that one friend catches like electric shock and the other one takes the rubber footwear and beats him. Ma'am, that's I don't understand why they beat him.
Okay, I don't know why they beat him. I think I'm not sure about that.
ma'am, and also like by chance if you get electrocuted, as Neha said, ma'am, actually that happened once. Almost I was about to be electrocuted. So my father told me that like you should be wearing slippers and be close to wood because it's a low conductor of electricity.
Yes, that is right. So slippers are actually insulators. Okay, so rubber is a very good insulator of electricity, so it will protect you whenever you have something to do with electricity. One more thing you would have noticed that a lot of these electricians, they use something like a screwdriver, and that screwdriver starts to glow when that is how they test. I don't know if you guys have seen this. So if they want,
Ma'am, we call it as tester, something like
yes, yes, so that's called as a tester, you're right. So what they do is that screwdriver glows when it senses that electricity is passing through that place. If the screwdriver does not glow, that means that there is some circuit broken inside the that electric board, and the current is not reaching that point where the screwdriver is touching.
Ma'am,
Or the
then
tester is
can we
touching.
test it in our house as the board, right? The electricity board, we can test there.
You can test it, but I will not suggest you to do that. If you ever have an electrician come to your house, then you can ask him to show it to you, or you can watch videos on YouTube. But I would not suggest you to do that at home. It is extremely dangerous. Okay. All right. So yeah. So if you notice, that tester is also covered in plastic. Plastic.
Yes. Ma'am, I have a question.
Yes, Vamika.
Ma'am, so like we have our weekly tests of UPrep, right? Ma'am, so I had a question about that.
Okay. What's the question?
Ma'am, I don't remember the question too well, but what I wanted to say is that the question had something related to electrons that I didn't understand.
Okay, let's talk about the question. Can you read it out?
Actually, I can't view it anymore.
Oh, you
Maybe.
can't do it anymore. Let me see if I can pull it up, okay?
Ma'am, for me, almost like for me for chemistry, one question only became wrong. That was all because of my I was not thinking that much.
It's okay. It's just the test.
I was
And
knowing
anyway,
the answer and I click on the other answer. That I was thinking.
it's totally fine. All that matters to me is that you understand the concept. Your marks don't matter to me at all. At all. Attraction is seen between the poles of two bar magnets in case of north pole of one, north pole of the other, north pole of one, south pole of the other, south pole of one and south pole of the other. All the cases will show attraction.
North Pole and South Pole.
Yes, ma'am, North Pole and South Pole attract.
Very good, yes. The north end of the freely suspended magnet points towards geographical north,
Geographical
south.
Geographical North.
Very good, yes. When a magnet is placed on a plastic plate with common pins spread on it, then all the pins will stick all around the magnet.
at the end.
At the ends of it.
Okay, very good. Yes, that is the answer. When a magnet is suspended freely, it always aligns itself in the
North
uh,
North
North
direction.
direction.
yeah,
North
that's
South
it.
direction.
Yes, ma'am, but there was a question related to electrons in one of the tests, and I was very confused.
But
Electron.
like that one question is not there, ma'am, in the last test. This much questions only was
Yeah,
there.
it was not in the last test, but I think it was in the test before.
Oh, it was in the test. Okay, let me check. Um,
Now, mostly this time's test was only based on magnetism, so it.
yeah, this time it was just magnetism. Let me see. Okay, so anything before that, I don't see anything to do with electrons. So there's one question about what is considered as a fast change. Then there's one changes where heat is liberated is called as an exothermic change. Uh, I don't see anything with electrons.
Ma'am, can you just say the questions once?
Okay, which of the following is not a man-made change? Change of day and night, burning of fuels, drying of clothes, tearing of paper. Rusting of iron is an example of slow change, fast change, reversible change, physical change. Changes in which heat is liberated is called exothermic changes, endothermic changes, rapid changes, none of these. Which of the following can be considered as a fast change? Growth of a child, germination of seeds, bursting of crackers, and cooking of food.
Ma'am, is there another question also?
No, that's it.
Ma'am, but how come I came across a question like that?
Maybe Vamika, you didn't understand the topic about electrons and protons.
Let me check once more. Okay, so
Or ma'am, I'm thinking she is telling about you have given us a quiz tab questions right last time.
oh, are you talking about the quiz or the Sunday test?
Oh, yes, ma'am. If it's on the Sunday test, then it has to be in the quiz, I think.
That's probably it. Okay, so apparently Vinay has the answer to why it helps to beat a person up with slippers. So let me just tell you that. So when you use bamboo sticks, again, bamboo sticks, wood is a very good insulator of electricity as well, just like rubber. So when you take a bamboo stick or any wood for that matter, and you beat a person with a bamboo stick or rubber slippers, it helps to detach the person holding the, whoever's holding the direct source of electricity. It helps to detach them from that. So when you hit that person, it kind of breaks the electrical circuit. For example, it's kind of like cutting out a wire for a wee bit of second. Okay, so if I have, let's say, if this is a person, all right, so if he's holding a wire, okay, which is conducting electricity, this electricity passes through the body of the person, and as it is passing through the body of the person, this person is getting electrocuted. Now if I hit this person with an insulator, what happens? It kind of breaks this portion of the conducting, wire. His human body, or the human body, is acting as a conducting wire, which is broken with the help of a wood, or a piece of wood, or slipper. That's why essentially you shouldn't hit the person, but you can do whatever in order to break that electricity, okay, that flow of electricity. But I understand, like, in that scenario, it just ends up happening that you beat the person. So
Ma'am, I'm having the questions of the question, and I'm having, I don't have one question, the fourth question. Other all I'm having, but in that one question may be near to Vamika's like question. For making electromagnets, soft iron material is used. Is there any connection with your question, Vamika?
It's nothing related to magnetism.
okay, so it's nothing related to magnetism. Then let me do one thing. I will. All right. What if you can do this for me, Vamika? If you can go back and take a look at the reading material for changes around us, because all of the questions that we discuss in the class are usually exercise questions after every single concept that I collect and put it up in the quiz. Okay, so if you can go back and look at the reading material for changes around us, and if you find any question which you cannot understand or you need help understanding, then we can discuss that in the next class.
Yes, ma'am, but that's fine, ma'am. Maybe if you can just revise, ma'am. Maybe if you can just say the like what the definition of it once again, maybe I'll understand that question.
Definition of what?
Ma'am, like what is like what are electrons and all? Ma'am, we
Oh,
were discussing it in class only.
yeah, we were discussing it.
Yeah, last time you told.
Yeah, this was in the last class. So electrons are negative.
Ma'am, when you
I'm
said that
sorry
you
for interrupting. Can I tell the electric method you have given there itself has the just an example of electrons and protons because the plus symbol and minus symbol is given there.
Okay, that is no. So what you are saying is right in one way, yes. But that plus and minus symbol is the flow of electricity, and flow of electricity has to do with electrons. You are right. But her question is, what is an electron? So can you tell her that?
Yeah, I will try it in my way.
Yeah. Try it in your way, whatever way you can. Go ahead.
Okay. Actually, atoms contain protons, electrons, and neutrons.
Okay, hold on. Neha, hold on. Vamika, do you know what an atom is?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so yeah, so Neha is saying an atom consists of electrons, protons, and neutrons. Okay, Neha, continue.
Okay. And electrons is like negative energy, and protons means positive energy. And in a battery, you have seen there will be a positive side and a negative side. And the negative side will be having like electrons, and the positive side will be having like protons. And negative side will have electrons, and positive will have protons. That all about a small definition.
Okay, very good.